need to get something from the shop. Can you hang on here for a minute?
All right.
Doodly-doo. Bow. Doodly-doo. Bow.
Bow, bow, bow. Here's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. Oh.
Hello, you're back then?
Yeah. You know, something just occurred to me. Have you ever thought about the 7 ages of man? What's that?
Oh, I see.
Yes, the seven ages of man.
Yes.
So, this then is what I was looking at. Fascinating thing, don't you think? The 7 ages of man. Starting here with this small baby. I was once like this, you know, small, innocent, pink, fluffy, rather cuddly. No real understanding of life, can't speak or anything, but has those instincts, just wants to eat and breathe and stuff. Then the small child, happy to play, run around and learning all the time. An early learning family, perhaps. Then the teenager, learning to drive.
Do you have a ball like this?
No, I didn't.
It was a train set, was it?
It was a train set I had, learning to drive, learning to operate my own train set, learning how to relate to girls, learning how to get girls to relate to my train set often.
Oh, right.
And then you become the young man out in the city, earning money, maybe creating his own family, then moving on to middle age, a certain uncertainty and maybe psychological problems can creep in at this point. It's a strange time where your perspective will change because you'll have seen all of the things that have happened so far. And then on into elderliness and perhaps infirmity, until eventually, and this is what happens to us here on Earth, death takes us all. Isn't that right, lady?
Sorry.
Death takes us all in the end. No? Well, she's obviously. Death or madness. So then,
Do you know
there
that?
you have the 7 ages of man. Would you like to see about more? No, put that back then. Would you like to see more of that in detail?
Yes, it was quite
Let's take a
interesting.
look then. Where did it all begin? I said, where does it all begin? About to see it's very exciting and very lovely and very emotional. We're actually now going to see for the first time ever the beginning of life itself. We're going to see the birth of a child. If any of the viewers are particularly squeamish, I suggest you turn to another channel now. Pardon me. Excuse us. So this is then where life begins for most people.
I see.
This lady's about to have a baby. Often, when people have babies, there's a bit about creating a baby. Then the baby is in the womb, and it would come out, sort of thing. In this particular case, they're going to cut the baby out. It's called a cesarean. There are a few more problems. That's what this lady's going to have. And in a moment, we will see her with her brand new baby.
Oh, right.
Just a few minutes old. Well, a few seconds old.
Yeah.
And in the 7 ages of man, this is probably the age is -1 because the baby isn't even born yet.
He's waiting inside that lady's stomach.
He or she, we don't know yet. It's quite an extraordinary thing.
Every single person on your planet
Yes.
has started inside somebody like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Every single you.
Yes.
How long's the baby been in there?
9 months, roughly, I would think. Yeah, here's the baby. Here's the little baby. That's the baby's head. Coming out.
Yeah. Right, it's coming out like that. That's lovely.
There's the baby. Yes.
Stop that.
That's the baby.
There we are then.
First baby, first sound that baby will make. Fantastic, isn't it? I'll have to show the woman. Hello. Just bought some things for you. Where should we put these on?
Put these on the end? Yeah.
Yeah, mine are chart. I mean, how are you feeling now? Oh, I bet you are. Yeah. Just bought some.
It's a beauty, eh?
And a remote control tractor. And a guitar so she can get interested in music. She's so sweet, isn't she? She's just waking up. I must say, I was secretly hoping that she... Oh, no, she's back to sleep. I was secretly half hoping she might wake up.
It's a big effort, that, for 10 seconds. I wonder what she's thinking.
Well, she might think that her mother's a camera, mightn't she?
Yes. She can get confused.
But if you can't laugh and if you can't cry, what can you do?
That little kid's going to grow up a bit older, probably.
What's this noise I keep hearing?
Oh,
The next stage, maybe that little baby that we've just seen will be up to, well, she will. In a few years' time, she'll be like this, you see.
This is what they grow into, once they got themselves together.
Yes, you see, and they've managed to get a lot of the characteristics of adults. They can talk, they can walk. From that little baby that we saw earlier, they get to this size, and then things move ahead, and they get bigger and learn more as they go along. Some people, though, they can get to 80 and they never learn anything more, you know.
They have the same mentality.
Not like you, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what? I do like people this size.
Do you?
I must say that.
Let's get a car.
Who keeps doing that? It's you, isn't it?
Kick the tyres.
Right, that's it. I've had enough. Come here.
Just come here.
You're right. It sounded like I was swearing. Oh, hang on. I'll just get through there, sorry. So anyway, I just thought I'd pop down, have a look round, you know. Find out what was happening.
You see, it's like a microcosm of full-size society, you know. Once it gets out of control, there's no stopping it. When you come on quickly, they'll almost start eating you. Get out of the way!
Bunch of savages.
Oh, we've left off. We've left off. Quick, let him in the back. Come. I've taken you here to Swindon, to the Swindon Arterial Road. It's Fleming Way, actually, Swindon, we've just come off of, Fleming Way, to show you these lovely roundabouts, because it's the biggest roundabout in Britain. There's another one just off the M1 somewhere, but it's not quite as big as this one, and there are just endless roundabouts. Would you like to see them all?
Let's have a quick look round the roundabout.
Are you familiar with the expression swings and roundabouts?
No. This, it's creating a funny sensation in my head and stomach.
What's that? Anyway, this is only one of the roundabouts.
Oh, is it? That's nice. I think we can say we've done this roundabout now.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I think we've been round it.
Yeah.
We were well and truly round that one.
Okay, let's try another one then.
Is there another one there?
There's another one here. Smaller one. It's roundabout, you see. Here it is. It's working on this bit here. You can't... Oh, sorry? Pardon? Oh, I'm just showing him a roundabout. He's not seen one before.
But there's quite a few of them.
Yeah, hello, there's a Rosa. Get in the car.
Call me stupid, but what's roundabouts in Seven Ages of Man then? Where's that come in?
Well, I think there's 7 roundabouts here, and we're on the teenage roundabout, I think. You go around the roundabout, so you pass your driving test as a teenager, and it's in many ways that and sex are your intro into adulthood.
The 7 Ages of Roundabouts.
Sort of. I think the next stage after teenagers, as we've dealt with that pretty thoroughly, is that mid-20s, you know, 20s to 30s. Should we say that?
We'll leave it here, shall we?
Right. Yeah. Hurry along.
Hello, welcome to Barter Bogle Hegarty.
Hello. We're expected, I think. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Come on then.
Thank you so much.
It's Tim Lindsay.
How do you do? Pleased to meet you. Hi there.
We're up to the 20-30-year-old bracket, and we thought you might have a lengthy amount of demographics and details about that age group of people that you could help us with. It might help if you could maybe explain demographics to my friend here, because he is a bit stupid.
I'll try it, yeah. It's demographics is simply a way of classifying the population by age and by social class.
It's particularly the 20 to 30 age
Sure.
group we were interested initially, but you might have facts about the other age groups as well, which would get sort of a clearer picture of those 7 ages in his mind.
Age 20, human beings tend to be sort of, end of adolescence and still kind of, finding their way, not maybe setting their careers.
Yep.
Age 30, most people's life patterns have been set, like getting married, like buying houses, and their careers tend to be set by that stage. If they're fortunate enough to be working, then their career paths have begun to develop, and by 30, most people know that they're no longer going to be an engine driver or a fighter pilot or a brain surgeon. They know that what they're doing then is probably what they're going to be doing up till the time that they retire. Someone once said that you can always tell when people got married because it's the day their record collection stops. Very sad, I thought.
So what are some...
That's about it, yeah.
Yeah, record collection. Let's get down to business here, shall we? I suppose it's very difficult to target things at different audiences, but I suppose... is there any other examples you can think of that are obvious targets?
They have as they get older, move towards 30, they have a greater propensity to believe in God, I suppose.
They become more religious as they...
Yes.
Yep.
They're prouder to be British as they get older.
And does that carry on right the way through, or does it peak
I
at
think
about
it does.
40, 50?
I haven't actually got that data here, but I would imagine it peaks at some point.
I think believing in God would peak shortly before you were run over by a bus.
Yes.
If you saw it coming.
Yeah.
If you saw it coming, but if you didn't...
You would be screaming, why me, you
Yes.
bastard.
Yes, quite possibly.
Yeah. I'll
Yes.
jot that down.
Why me? Yeah. Now, how about... There's an H in the middle of Y, actually.
Is there?
Yes, W-H-Y, not Y. That's it.
I'm using the right end now, though, aren't I?
In many ways, yes.
Progress.
Tim, if I just pop over and... can you stay still?
Sorry?
I don't think you're helping doing that. If I just pop over and use the phone for a second, if you could maybe clear up with the Martian any other things that people are going to buy at different ages, and what we'd aim at people who are maybe a bit older, because the next stage we're going to be doing is going to be middle age, where crises can occur.
Yeah. So,
Money. How much money do people earn? How much money do people earn?
It's all in there, is all I say. The new earnings surveys, streamlined analyses and key analyses.
Tim, I just want to know what sort of money they're earning.
It's impossible to say.
The people buying bicycles, hedge and cinemas.
And how there are two.
Or going
There's
to
only one
cinema.
of you. I want you to get
You
that.
go to the cinema.
Know that.
I do go to the cinema.
Bicycle?
Okay.
I've
Remember,
got a
it's
bicycle.
Nice to be
Hedger?
important.
No.
No.
Bye-bye.
Right. Okay, I'll jot that down.
How are you getting along here, then?
Fine. I was just clarifying a few things.
Good. Let me just to conclude then. Just looking at my notes here. So I've got C2 people, A people, houses, no record collection, huge £1 billion, 10 plus cinema. Don't interrupt me, you fat Martian git. Bicycles, hair. Yeah.
I've got bicycles, hedge or cinemas.
Okay. Great. Well, yes, indeed. So thank you very much indeed, then, Tim, for your help. It's been a pleasure. I'd just like to apologise if there's any mess.
No, not at all. It happens all the
Thanks
time.
again, then.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Engine driver, an engine driver, an engine driver, an engine driver, an engine driver.
I'm 30. I don't see why I shouldn't be a train driver. It's never too. I always wanted to be a train driver. Who was he to say I'm not? Perhaps I should be a train. Can't be a train. Yes, I can. Woo-hoo! There's a station. Alan, there's a station. Alan, put on the brake. Alan, put on the brake. Alan, you've got your hand caught in the brake. Alan's fallen off.
Don't need a doctor.
Oh, I could be an engine driver.
In the Middle Age, a number of there are
It's like trains.
I suppose
Nothing unusual about that.
Losses, bereavements, but there are others.
I'm normal. I don't need
As
help.
a sort of idea.
It does in many ways.
And I suppose the main thing really is that people are saying to themselves, is this all? Is this it? You know, in other words, life's always seemed very far ahead of them, and now they're not sure. So that's the sort of question they're asking. And what that does bring out, of course, is how sure people are about themselves. That's one of the important things. Is this the first time it's ever happened to you? Even when you're young, when you're an adolescent, say?
I had an invisible friend for a while.
Tell me briefly about that.
Well, it was just an invisible friend called Alan, and he would come and play with me. Just on our own, really. There was nothing.
Tell me just, again, fairly briefly, about your background, parents.
Well, I was a musician. I toured for a long time. I still am. That's what I do a lot of the time. And then I seemed to get sucked into the world of television. And then more and more recently, in the last few weeks, I'm not sure if I've done the right thing. I feel as though that it's becoming intense all the time. You know, there's always someone there with me all the time.
Why do you think that? What have you done?
Well,
Was it temptation or?
you see, I found as a television person, what happens is that the film. I mean, this is the other problem that people don't see is that the film crew's with you all of the time, and people only see the more interesting bits. You know, that are edited together.
But what happens at the end of the day? You stop filming, you end. What happens to the Martian? What happens to you?
Well, he's just with me all the time. I mean, for instance, this week we've been staying in a hotel. I go into the hotel room and he's there. I mean, he wants to...
Do you sleep in the same room?
Yes.
Is there any homosexual problem involved?
I don't think so. He's never approached me in any way. I don't think that's ever happened. We do sleep in the same room, sometimes in the same bed, but only in the same way as Laurel and Hardy would have slept in a bed together. But I don't think there was a suggestion of homosexuality there.
What I would like to say at this stage, I don't think you're seriously ill. I'm sure you're not.
Oh.
It is very much a crisis of identity. Now, what I do want to shift on to something rather different. I mean, he's here as far as I'm concerned. He's standing behind you. I can see the way he's dressed, rather like you. But we're talking about him as if he doesn't exist, as if he's a non-person.
Yes.
Can we not bring him into this and ask
It's very
him?
much the way I've been treated for the whole time I've been here.
Yes.
Haven't even been given a name?
No, I'm introduced to everybody as the Martian.
You have a name?
No. It's as far as everyone's concerned, and now, as far as I'm concerned, it's the Martian, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it makes two to make a relationship, a bad relationship, or a good relationship, or a difficult relationship. How do you feel about your role in it?
I think he's worried about losing his financial interest.
financial interest.
Yes.
That's what I mean, you see. I mean, that's what I mean. I say I like him, but then there's this funny attitude creeps in all the time. It's sort of just niggling away, all there, all the time, chipping away. It's got to come in with his little comment every now and again, you know, and it's often unwelcome and unkind.
A bit aggro. What were you getting at when you said his financial interest?
Well, he sees me as a profitable venture, I think, as a way of making money. Am I right or am I wrong?
No.
Am I right or am I wrong there?
No, certainly we've
Yes
made,
or no, I think.
No, certainly we've worked together to get money because we've needed that. But I don't see you as just some, well, you know, pot of gold at the end of the well.
You've linked it to middle age, but this sort of crisis of identity, which is what I've called it, not being quite certain who one is and one's place in the world, and not having a permanent, so to speak, a predictability, that can happen at any age. So it isn't specific to middle age, although it not infrequently occurs in middle age.
Well, I feel a bit better after that. I did lie to him about my and I said I had an invisible friend when I was a child. He wasn't called Alan, he was called Adolf.
Your lensman's not looking too well.
Tom? No, he's looking a bit poorly. I suppose it's all this jumping about. Hello? Yes, hello. Oh, hello, how are you? It's me. Well, that's weird. Have you ever been having a bit of a split personality problem? You're imagining there's two of you or something? Yeah, no, we've seen a psychiatrist. I think we're a lot better now. Yes. I know you've seen the doctor, but you do understand there's only one of you, and you can't jump in time back from where you've been to where you're going. There is only one time. It's not behind or ahead. It's just the one time. You can't go back and forward. You know that, don't you? And there's only one of you. We've seen the psychiatrist. I think it's going to be fine now. Split personality. Jumping time is fine. I'm prepared to do anything now. OK, then. I love you. Thank you for being you. Remember, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Yes. Bye-bye. And it's very similar with elderly people, which I suppose is the last group that we might deal with in this Ages of Man that I'm showing to you at the moment.
Yeah.
Would you like to see some old people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some old, but if you know some old people. Is that an old person?
I think so. Give me some of them. Just give me some of them. Stand up and give the flowers out. Sorry. Oh, would you like some flowers? Here you are. Hello. Oh, if there's one for your friend there. You're 102, is that right?
Yes, she is.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really wonderful. We'll give the flowers. We'll come back and say hello in a minute. We'll hand the flowers out. Oh.
Another cramped.
Flowers?
Another cramped place you got me in, isn't it?
I'm so sorry.
Flowers.
Oh dear, no, look, give it
Flowers. He's told me to give them to you because you're old. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Wait, people.
How long have we been travelling for? A couple of days, is it?
Feels like it.
It's a good song, isn't it? Nice to be beside the seaside. You've never really been easy with music, have you?
No, I don't know what they're doing.
It's mathematically, sort of the scales and tones are all sorted out mathematically. For me.
This is a popular song. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? this isn't exactly where they come to die, then?
Oh, no, you mustn't. No. I mean,
This is not their last dance.
No. It's a lovely way that retired people enjoy themselves. Actually,
Just
what
ask them,
time
do you know
is
how
it?
to dance?
Time is fun, isn't it? It doesn't wait for any man.
No.
Or any Martian either.
Do you know how to dance?
I'll
must do.
I'll have a dance with gentlemen if you want.
All right. Tom's looking a bit peaky. Should he come with us?
I must say the cameraman isn't looking as well as he has been, is he? Still. Looking a bit shaky. Still.
Let's give it a whirl.
What am I doing here? Don't you worry, Mr. Hitchcock. I'm right there with you. Light and camera, that's me. Don't you worry, Hollywood. You wait till I get there. I never liked your Hollywood. My time was nationwide. Sure, glory. I am bottom for the last.
Tom.
Do you mind me, sir?
Just stop.
Help me! Help me, I'm going! There you go, boys!
Tom? Tom!
Tommy!
That's the end of Tom then. He's dead. Yes. He's in the box up there. It can be, as you know, Dr. Brown said, it can be very, very upsetting. Very bereavement. Probably the biggest psychological problem we have to face. Not in this particular case though, because nobody liked him much anyway. Did you like him? Not really. I think the sound people did over there. We just wait here, do we? No, the coffin is going to go off and they're going to burn it. Sometimes they bury people. In other countries they have all sorts of things, but here we burn it. There's no life left in him. It's just a mortal coil that is shaken off. A husk. I don't like that bloody sound, man. You've seen the full circle, really, haven't you? You've seen birth and finally leading around to death. Is it a circle? I'll ask her again later. That's a lovely floral tribute from his music. What is it? A floral tribute. It's a camera that they've made of flowers for him. Oh, that's what it is. Because he was a cameraman. I couldn't work out what it was. It's strange how everything, how something like this an event like this can put everything in focus. Perspective, I think he would have liked. Focus, he would have liked. Well, he was never really in focus, was he? It's a great shame. A great professional man of the industry. A great cameraman. He's dead. It's a very sad thing, you know, because you can not really know somebody. It's nice music. It is, isn't it? I think you'd like it. I'm glad they've changed it. Yes. I didn't think they'd
I didn't like the earlier stuff.
No.
It's got more of a beat to it.
Sort of, yes. I miss him in a funny sort of a way. His pipe. The theatre of death. It's very upsetting, really. You know, in a funny sort of way, I don't like to say bad things about Tom because it's not nice to say. I think we've probably been here long enough now. Come along.
What are you going to do with Tom now? Sorry?
Cremate him.
Cremate him?
Correct.
Oh, we're going to put him in there.
Put him in the yes.
Goodbye, Tom. Nice knowing you for the short time that I did.
Excuse me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You can drive, go on.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't want to. Go on. Got Tom's pipe here.
I got Tom here.
Oh, lovely. The old team back together. No, I'd like you to drive, you know, you've seen the 7 Ages of Man. I feel as though you've grown up a bit through watching it. You've learnt a bit, you've watched and enjoyed it. I'm sure you'll I'm a bit tired, really. Yeah, it's easy. Seat over there. Ooh, he would have loved it here. He really would.
Yeah?
Beautiful picture. He loved beautiful pictures. He just couldn't get them himself. That was
Couldn't
all.
take them. So he used to come here a lot, did he?
Yeah, I think it's an appropriate place to bring his ashes. Maybe scatter them.
Old Tom.
Old Tom. Well, I think we should have a minute's silence for him. You would have liked that.
All right, sure. All I want to know.
Hey, boys! Cheerio, lads! This is Tom saying cheerio, my boys!
You see, what I can't understand is that everyone's born, right, like you say.
We saw.
And you grow up, and then
I'll cycle
you
block.
get a bit older. And look, Tom, 1944 to 1988.
Yes.
So he's what? He's
It is a short span that we're here on
and
the
then
Earth,
he's
that's right.
and then
Yep.
you're dead. You just drop dead and whoosh bang, you're in a thing.
Yes, we are. It's a short. It's a
What's
short
the
time.
point of it? What's the point? I mean, you know, why are you here? Why are you here on this planet? If that's all you're going to do, and if I knew the answer, I'd be happy. I could go home then, get back.
You've given me an idea. I think I can personally guarantee that next week, for the first time ever on British television, the answer to the question, why are we here on planet Earth, will be answered. I can guarantee that next week, on British television, for the first time ever, the answer to that question shall be given. Yes, viewers, please don't mistake that promise for some sort of a flimsy gimmick. In the concluding episode of this series next week, we will genuinely be giving the answer to the question, why are we here on planet Earth? I repeat, this is not a cheap television gimmick. This question will be answered. You have my personal guarantee, the Jules Holland seal of guarantee and satisfaction, that the question, why are we here, will be answered. Thank you for your time and patience.